Hey guys, welcome back. So I want to keep talking about being prepared and different ideas and things to get you guys motivated into putting some things together. So these are just some options to think about. So on the first thing I want to bring up is food allergies. So some people are like gluten allergic, some people are lactose intolerant. So you want to be really thinking about them first. You know, everybody else can eat everything else. You want to be mindful of those that can only eat certain items and make sure you have a lot of that stocked up, and it can be whatever, depending on what it is that you need. Like oatmeal, stocking up on oatmeal is a good one for breakfast items. Dehydrating hash browns and potatoes. You can dehydrate eggs, which I'm going to do a video on. I wanted to talk about a couple things. In my last video I had mentioned dehydrating. So one of the things you got to know about dehydrating is you do not want to dehydrate anything in direct sunlight. If it is, just throw a sheet over it or throw something over it to stop the sun from hitting your product, because it'll degrade it. And I think that was, except mushrooms. So mushrooms, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you take mushrooms from the grocery store, you wash them off, you slice them all up, and you set them outside in the direct sunlight for like 15 minutes, the amount of vitamins in it like multiplies. I think it's vitamin C. It just becomes like amazing. So it's something to think about when you're having fresh mushrooms, is to stick them out in the sunshine on a cookie sheet for a few minutes and build up those natural vitamins that it produces in the sun. And that's only mushrooms that I know of. Okay, so back on track. Food allergies I covered. So your pets rely on you. They count on you. You know, you are responsible for them. They can't make any decisions on how much of their food you have stocked up. And you know, when you see it on sale, it might not be the brand that you feed your cat, but having some extra food stocked up is really important. And litter for indoor cats and things like that, things that you need. Again, you want your animals to not be stressed out during troubled times as well. You want them to have the things they need, just like we want the things we want. You need to provide the things that they're going to need in an event of an emergency or a power outage or whatever, job loss, illness, car accident. I mean, there's so many reasons that we should be prepared at all times and be more personally responsible for ourselves. Okay, so the next thing is water. It really should be the number one thing. But I wasn't really thinking about this chat as being this way. Now, I don't have a video on water purification or gathering water, so it's something I will be thinking about doing in the future. When I was up at the claim, I learned a lot. Like when I was up in the middle of the woods for 3 months, I learned so much about gathering water, about how to purify it, about how to cook on open fires, about what things that you can use in an off-grid situation, and the things that you can use and that you really want to have with you to make your life a whole lot easier. So I've done all the trial and error on the things that I'm speaking about. I'm not just pulling stuff out of a hat. These are things that can really make the difference in a shitty situation. Okay, so now I touched on oral hygiene, but I didn't really talk about hygiene in general. Like having an abundance of hand soap. You want to be able to keep your hands clean, especially if you're outdoors or even indoors without running water. So stocking up, have a bucket of those hand wipes or sanitizers, even though they're really not good for our skin. Different things like that. Like if you use a lot of cream, if you get dry skin, stock up on that stuff. And your deodorant, you don't want to be stuck smelling awful on top of everything else. So yeah, all these different things. Think about how important are they to you. If you really don't care if you stink, well then don't get deodorant. But if you do, again, and that's why I direct people. I know the products at dollar stores and whatnot aren't the greatest products, but it's better than nothing, and it's a good way to get started on being prepared. Grabbing a couple dollar bars of soap or deodorant or Some dollar stores have the, I like to buy it. I think Dollar Tree is where I get it. It's called Linda's Laundry Soap, and it's a bar of soap, but it's meant for your laundry. Now, I used it a lot when I was up in the bush, and it works great. I mean, I did like adding a little bit of fabric softener to it because the smell of the constantly being by an open fire, right? Your clothes get a, I like them to smell fresh, so I would get, I had the vanilla lavender something. I don't even know what brand it was, but it made everything smell pretty. And, think about that too. You're going to be washing clothes by hand. There's a couple different methods that I came up with to make my life easier when I was doing it that I'm going to do a video on. But, start out with just, if you have a big tub, a big tote, think about being able to swish your water around and get your clothes clean, right? And then think about like having a thing of cordage or rope so you can tie up a clothesline. Think about clothes pegs, things that, again, are going to make your life easier so then you're not freaking out when everything's already happening and needing to figure it out on your own. There's a lot of different off-grid channels that have some great information. Again, I'm going off my experience, right? And, I did a lot of camping and I'm very outdoorsy throughout my life. So these are all things that we need to learn and we need to get comfortable doing so it's not a shock to our system. And share with other people and encourage other people to be more personal responsible. We don't know if there's going to be storms or weather or, I mean, everything is so fucking unstable in the world. Pardon my language, but, it's a very expressive word, and we have to be prepared for this. So again, if you guys can think of any other things, throw them in the comments below. Help everybody, think of different things that they might want to have with them. Because everybody's got their own list. Oh, and my number one thing that I'm probably going to mention on many of these little chats about preparedness is fire starter. You guys, matches, lighters. Now, lighters run out of fluid. You can get refillable lighters and then cans of butane. Matches. I probably sound like a bit of a pyro, but seriously, you need to be able to start a fire, and you don't know, maybe you're going to have to start a fire throughout the day, or light candles throughout the day, or light your lantern or your Coleman stove or whatever. Like matches. As long as you can keep them dry, throw them in that bucket, right? Throw them in a bucket, a bunch of matches, and maybe get a ferro rod. Learn how to use it. Learn how to start a fire, or a magnifying glass. Learn how to use a magnifying glass to start a fire. All these talents and skills are going to be such a benefit. Even if everything is peaches and cream and everything goes fine, being prepared is like a mindset. It gives you confidence because it doesn't matter what happens, I'm good to go. But also being prepared is a great way to help your neighbors. Don't forget about them in these troubled times. That's what we are here for, is we are here for service in any way, in any knowledge that we have to share, and as a service. That's my goal. I want everyone to be strong, confident, full of skills, and be able to get out of any situation or make the situation they're in better. So I thank you for coming by my channel again. I hope you enjoyed the content. Smash the like button if you did. Leave some comments. I absolutely love chatting with you guys, and consider subscribing. Have a lovely day. I bless you.